Hey YouTube, Pico Junk here. Um, I'm here because a few of you guys have been requesting that I finish up the tutorial series I started about a year ago. I'm sorry I haven't worked on that since then. I've just been busy, haven't been motivated, you know. Um, so, and I felt it wasn't fair that I started a tutorial series and didn't finish it. So I'm gonna try as best as possible while going to school and work and finish it up for you guys. So let's get started talking about it. Um, we're gonna be instead of using Flash like I was doing in my previous tutorial series, we're gonna be using Haxe, which is just like this awesome language that's super amazing, you know. And the reason it's super amazing is because it's extremely cross-platform, unlike some of the languages out there that claim they're cross-platform, like Mono. Well, Mono is, it's kind of a pain, and then also if you want to actually do cross-platform, you have to pay for it. Anyways, this stuff's all free. It's really nice. I'm going to be showing you guys how to use that. Um, but along with that, we're going to be using OpenFL, which is a library that goes with Haxe. It pretty much opens up, it makes it so you can draw stuff easier and kind of gives you that lower level access that you need for drawing stuff. There's other options out there like Flixel and I can't remember the other ones. There's a 3D one out there I know of. I can't remember the name of it, but we're gonna be using OpenFL because I like it and I'm familiar with it. For an IDE, we're going to be using Sublime. It's a really nice text editor. It's pretty minimalistic, but it's also got a lot of features. It can compile and it can do whatever you want. It also has IntelliSense, all that good stuff. So, yeah, we'll get right into it. So, here I got my Windows 7. Fraps, why you do this? No, go away. Um, yeah, I got my Windows 7 VirtualBox open, and we're going to do a fresh, clean install, so there's no chance that I'm going to miss a step, and you guys are going to have to ask me questions. I'm gonna have to cover every single step in order to get this thing working. So, firstly, we're going to go to Google. We're going to search Haxe, Haxe, and you're going to go to the first link. I'm just going to click download because it's there. And in downloads, we're going to be using the Windows installer. Macs and Linux users, you guys are going to have to figure that stuff out because I don't own a Mac and I don't play with Linux as a primary OS too often. So you guys are kind of on your own with that. So yeah, Windows installer, download it. And let's go to my downloads folder. So we're going to install Haxe. Yes. Next, we're going to leave everything default. If you decide to change this because like you're short on space with your SSD, go ahead. It's just you got to remember where it is in case you have to edit the path file or in case you have to do something funky. There's always a chance of that. Install. Yeah, I don't normally use Internet Explorer. It's just I literally haven't installed anything on this virtual machine yet. So I'd totally recommend getting like Google Chrome or Firefox if you're into that. Next, you're going to open up your command prompt to verify that it installed correctly. So here we are. We got our command line open, and haxlib is the command we're going to type in. Enter, and you can see by this, you'll know that it installed correctly. If you didn't get this and you get a command not found or something to that extent, we're going to go over here to computer properties, And you're going to be at this screen, Advanced System Settings, Environment Variables, and we're going to look through our system variables. So we got our Haxe path and our Nico inst path. Both are looking at the C Haxe Toolkit folder, and then Haxe path is looking at Haxe folder inside of Haxe Toolkit, and Nico inst path is looking at the Nico folder inside of Haxe Toolkit. And if we scroll down, we'll go to our path system variable, edits, and you can see right here it's using those two paths it defined up above. So if you're missing those for some reason, you could go to your file explorer, find out where you installed Haxe Toolkit. So you see it right here, Haxe. Now you could copy this path, dump it into your path, and then also copy this path and dump it into your path. So to dump it into your path, you have to start out with a semicolon and then type in your path and then leave the end of it blank. So you can see right here it goes semicolon, path, semicolon, path, and it's done. You shouldn't have to do that, but if you do, that's how you do it. Close, close, close. Okay, next we're going to be installing OpenFL. So let's go to our web browser and we're going to search OpenFL. Okay, and we're going to go to the install OpenFL. So, nice thing about OpenFL, you don't actually have to download something and install it by hand. Haxelib does all the heavy work for you. So we're going to go to our command prompt, and you can see this command right here, Haxelib install OpenFL. Let's type that in. There we go. And now it's downloading the packages that we need. It's a lot like the repository setup for Linux, which is really cool. So if they update it and you want to update, there's a command out there to update all your packages in case you're running into bugs or you want to use the latest branch, or if you want to downgrade possibly because the new ones got bugs. There's all sorts of options for that. I don't recommend upgrading mid-project though, because if it's working, it's working. Don't mess with it, you know, whatever. Anyways, next command, haxlib run OpenFL setup. This one takes a little bit longer because it's got to unzip all the files, and I'm running in a virtual machine, so it's going to go a little slow. So I'm going to pause the video, and we'll come right back. Yeah, I won't do anything while I'm gone. Okay, and we're back. As you can see, my install process has just finished up. And next, we're going to verify that OpenFL has installed correctly. Just type in OpenFL as a command, and you can see that you get that cool ASCII art, and that lets you know you've installed OpenFL correctly. I also want you to verify that Lime has installed correctly. It should, if OpenFL installs correctly, that should be Lime should go along with it. But if it doesn't, you're gonna have to figure out a fix because I don't know what happened. And you do need Lime later on. So let's move on from here. Next, we're going to be downloading Sublime Text 2, and we're going to get that set up so we can use it as an IDE. So yeah, let's go to Sublime Text. And yeah, definitely get Sublime Text 2. Do not get Sublime Text 3. I was having issues compiling Haxe with it. You can try it if you want. If you get it working, great. Yeah, I was just having issues with it, so this way I know it works. Just go with it if you don't want to mess with it all day. So Windows 64-bit or 32-bit, I don't think it makes a huge difference. Yeah, download run. I already have it to save you guys some time. Download Sublime Text. Run. Yes. Next, 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 next. Finish. Okay, so we're going to open Sublime. Okay, and before we do anything else, we have to install the Package Control Manager. Package Control Manager is exactly what the name implies. It is a thing that downloads packages for Sublime Text. It's really useful. You can download all sorts of things. We're going to use it for a very narrow scope though. So you're going to go, sorry, I should have explained that. Yeah, so Google Sublime Text 2 Package Manager. Click the first link, as long as it's not a advertisement link, you know, the first actual link. Then we're going to click Install Now. And it says right here, the simplest way to get to the Sublime Text console is press Control tilde, even though it's not the tilde key, it's on the same key. The tilde key is the number, or it's the key next to the 1, above the tab, and below the escape. So top left corner of your keyboard. So we're going to do that real quick. Control tilde. And we got our console open. Now we're going to copy all this. Make sure you don't get any spaces on the beginning or the end. Don't know if it'll cause you issues, but might save you some heartache. Enter. Please restart Sublime to finish installation. So we're going to do that. Sublime. Okay, and it wants us to restart again because I upgraded something else. Sublime. Okay, so we have Sublime up and running, and to verify we've installed correctly, you can go to View, Syntax, and you should see... Am I blind? Oh, duh, we haven't done it yet. Okay, so now we have 2 dependencies are missing, were just installed. Okay, so I guess we're gonna restart again. Okay, so now to open the package manager, we're gonna do Control-Shift-P. If you do Control-Shift-P and this pops up, you've installed package manager correctly. So next, we're gonna type in install package, and you can just select it and press enter. Now it's going to load a repository, and we're going to search for Haxe. Click the first one that just says straight up Haxe. Haxe package has installed successfully. I think you have to restart, so we're going to do that real quick. Okay, now to verify that you've installed the Haxe package correctly, go to Syntax, and you can see Haxe. That's not all it does, but that's all we need it. That's all you need to know, really. So next, I'm going to bring in a project, and we're going to verify that this installation worked correctly. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I got my source file and the graphic I'm going to be using for this demonstration. So let's start off by, we're going to just make the project right on the desktop. It's not an ideal location for a project. You should totally have a project either in your documents or a development folder like I have somewhere, but I'm just going to put it on the desktop so then everyone can see it nicely. So here we are, we're on the desktop, and we're going to open up a command prompt in this location. If you guys don't know how to do this, hold Shift, right click, and then open command window here. This will make it so your commands will fire in this location, which is what we're going to need for this next step. So with OpenFL, the way you create new projects is with a command. If you want to look up this command, go to Google, type in OpenFL new project, and the first link. That's not an advertisement. So here we are, and you can see right here the command is lime create OpenFL : project, and then my project is the name of the project you're creating. So let's try it out. Lime create OpenFL project, and the new game. And in case you guys aren't super familiar, I'd always recommend doing camel casing and avoiding spaces when you're writing stuff for a program. Spaces always seem to cause issues, so camel case is kind of the way to go. Up to you, but there we go. So now we got a new folder called the new game. And as you can see, we got our sources, our source files, our assets. Source file right now is just a default thing. I'm going to set this real quick so it opens with Sublime. Where's Sublime? Sublime text. Sublime text. Okay. And that's what you'll start off with when you create a new OpenFL project. Yeah, we're not going to be using this right now because I already got some source code we're going to use. I'll post that to Pastebin so you guys can download the source code. And I'll even put the image on Imager, and you guys can download the image as well so you don't have to do anything, and that way you know you have a working compiler, everything. So close that. So we're actually going to make a workspace in Sublime, which is kind of a nice feature. So we're going to do add folder to project, and we're just going to select the new game, or whatever you named your project. Click OK. And as you can see over here, we now have a file browser, hierarchy, whatever you want to call it, over here. Project XML, that is important. Every once in a while you'll have to come in here and edit stuff. So if I wanted to add more libraries to my game, I would have to type in haxlib name equals openfl, and then I could put in something like nape, which is a 2D physics engine for Haxe. I might make a tutorial in the future about nape. It's really fun, pretty easy to use compared to Box 2D and some of the other stuff out there, but let's not get ahead of ourselves quite yet, and we'll get back on track. So we got this. Now we're going to save our project, save project as, and we're going to save it just in the root folder of the game. So let's do something like workspace, new game. And you can see right here it adds 2 more files. No big deal. Minimize that. And we're going to close that for now. And we are going to replace this source file, or we're going to replace this source file in here with this new one. Move and replace. So if you go in here, yeah, there's my source code that I made for a quick demonstration, or more of a proof of concept when I was making it, but I'm using it for a demonstration now. And we're putting our body image in the assets. If you guys are having an issue, like it's not loading the image, make sure you named it correctly. It's body.png. And if you for some reason want to change the name of the file, you can change it right here on line 39 to whatever you want. Just make sure it's in that folder. Next, we're going to be choosing the build target. Out of the box, it seems the only one that really works. I mean, other ones will probably work. If you have like the C++ version should probably work if you have like the C++ redistributables installed, or you might have to like install C++ the hard way with like mingw or something like that. I don't know. HTML5, you probably want Chrome for testing that. Flash, you're gonna have to download the Flash SDK, I believe. Play around with it, or you might even just have to install Flash. I haven't installed Flash on this computer, so it wasn't working. iOS, obviously, Android SDK, and the virtual machines. Mind you, the virtual machines for Android SDK are really slow, so you'd probably want a tablet or a device you'd want to test it on, and you would have to, there's like this USB debugging mode that you could run into an Android device. So you'd actually be uploading your files to the Android device, and it'd be building off that, and it'd be building and running off that. It's really cool. I got it working once, but it was a real pain with, I have a Samsung Galaxy Note, and I was having a lot of issues, and it was this really obscure way to get it working, but maybe not super obscure, but it was obscure to me, so I didn't like it, but I got it working, so it's not impossible. So yeah, we selected, I'm sorry, we're going to go down to almost the bottom, and we're going to select Nico Test. Nico is like, I'm pretty sure it's a, somewhat like a Flash but it's not. Don't know exactly, but it works right out of the box. So yeah, we're gonna select that with enter, and now we're gonna hit Control Enter, and that should build and run our game. Just gotta give it a second. One more time. Control Enter. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, all it does is the box follows your mouse, and that's all it does. Really simple. You guys can totally go ahead, play around with the source code, try to dissect it, and maybe discover some cool stuff you didn't know about. That's always a good thing to do. But that is pretty much it for this tutorial. Yeah, I just want to let you guys know, I do really want to finish up this tutorial series. I want to make something, or I want to make enough tutorials so you guys can walk away with something that you can be proud of. I was planning on doing asteroids, like I said before a year ago. I would like to make an asteroids game. We'll start off really simple. It'll just be spinning a ship around, shooting asteroids, whatever, but we can work our way up and we can do like simple particle effects, whatever. I'm talking dead simple. It's not going to be anything amazing, but it's going to be like little pixels shooting all over the place or something. Other than that, I really want to thank you guys for watching and commenting on my videos. That's the only reason I decided to make another tutorial, is because you guys were asking for them, which is really lazy on my part because I really should have finished it in the first place, which is kind of makes me feel like a bad person. So I do plan on finishing this. It's just you gotta be patient with me because I'm going to school and working a job. I don't get home till like 9 o'clock some days. It sucks. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this helped. Have a good night.